Ladies and gentlemen, I had been asked last weekend. Um, I did. I had uh, played a decent amount. I got to level 20. Was pretty much forced to do the entirety of it in one day because I was working the rest of the weekend. Um, so now we are into the open beta. The necromancer exists. The druid exists. I wasn't a huge fan, if I'm being honest. Um, The Barbarian is what I had played my way up through. So I played the Barbarian, I played the Rogue, and the Barb was okay. The Barb was a very slow start, and then gradually felt better as I leveled and got some talent points. The Rogue, I believe I got to level 8. The Necromancer, I got to 5. The Druid, I got to 5 or 6. I think the Druid is my least favorite, if I'm being perfectly honest. Um, the Necromancer is probably my favorite aesthetically. I love the glowing eye motif. Um, just looks really fucking good. I love it. But in terms of raw, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? It's hands down the goddamn sorcerer. The sorcerer is so busted, at least at low levels. Maybe it slows down later. Not really 100% sure. We will find out on June 6th when the entirety of the game goes live. Uh, but last weekend I was off from work, so I decided, hey, here's what's up. I'm gonna stream this all day on my Discord. So I put out a notification about it, let everybody know who's in my Discord. Hey, look, here's what I'm gonna be doing. So the big day arrives. I already had everything preloaded. I'm ready to go. Well, opening day of a beta, uh, I was met with the play button was inactive, so I couldn't even start the game. And I checked online, and a lot of people were saying, no, 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 it's not really noon Eastern time. It's noon Eastern Standard Time, and we are now in daylight time, so it would actually be 1 o'clock. I was like, all right, that's fine. Um, so like 12:30 or so rolls around, then I noticed that the play button's now active. So I guess it was just a, I had assumed it was a bug, which it was because other people were talking about it, and I was met with, can't log in, no servers. So I closed, reopened, and oh hey, there's like a 2 hour queue, which none of the streamers seemed to be affected by, which pissed me off greatly. Um, but one, the queue was inconsistent because if I left the game and loaded back in, it seemed to put me in a different place in the queue. It would let me jump ahead of people, it would put me behind people. Because from a 2 hour queue, I went to a 40-minute queue, and then I backed out to try again, and it put me to an hour and 20 minutes, which was still better than I was at, but worse. Yeah. So the queue system seemed a little wonky, and I had heard reports of that, like while I was browsing around, saying that people that were sitting right next to each other, one person got like a 10-minute queue and one person got a half-hour queue. Or, one person was able to just log right in and the other person got an hour-long queue, and they both tried booting it up at the same time. So the queues were very. Slapdash. Um, once I was actually able to be in the game, I hung out all day with a buddy of mine who joined me in Discord. Um, but that was it. You know, it was just the two of us, and I got to 20 on the barbarian, which is, you know, that was the entirety of my goal. Um, and then I tried the rogue, and I knew that he wanted to be a sorcerer, and so I wasn't gonna spoil the sorcerer for him. Um, and he hadn't pre-ordered, pre-ordered the game, so he didn't have access to the beta last weekend. Which brought me to another complaint, which was, you know how many beta keys you sold, gave away, whatever. You know how many people are going to be in the first wave of beta testing. These are people who, by and large, unless they won it from a contest, paid to be part of this experience. Wouldn't you put your best foot forward? Why would you have, like, if you know 10,000 people signed up, why would you only have server space for 2,000 people? When you know the number's just going to grow on day of, when people are still going to be pre-ordering, especially watching people like Asmongold play the game and go, hey, that looks really good. I want to try that. I'm going to go buy the game right now so I can jump in. And then the number goes up, and you still only have this little bit of server space. I get it. Servers are expensive. Bandwidth is expensive. I used to work IT. But come on, you gotta do better. That was shit I expected during the open beta, when fucking anyone could jump in. And another thing that pissed me off rather, was I was going through Twitter and Facebook, and there were all these people like, well, it's a beta. You shouldn't expect it to work perfectly. Like, no, I don't think anyone is expecting it to work. Well, I'm sure someone's expecting it to work perfectly, but rational people are not expecting it to work perfectly. They're expecting it to work in the first place. Um, like, trust me, you jumping in to defend Microvision Blizzard, or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves now, they're not going to show up at your door and suck your dick for you. They're not going to give you a pat on the back. They're not going to jump in and go, thank you so much for defending me. I was feeling very personally attacked. No, they don't give a fuck. Don't jump in just to be an asshole. People kind of expect, when they pay $100 for something, that something is going to work in the first place. If it needs some tweaks afterwards, that's to be expected in the gaming industry, but we expect a working product. Now, that said, once they got the servers figured out, and I suspect that a number of people were just so turned off by that first day that they didn't even bother coming back for it. They were like, nope, I'm good. And I did see a lot of people say, I'm canceling my pre-order. I'm done. This is asinine. So I did that, and then the following day I get a text from a buddy of mine who said, hey, where did you stream this? I can't find it. And I was like, I was in Discord for like 14 hours. What are you talking about? He's like, oh, well, I was looking on your YouTube channel. I'm like, that's all right, shit. I didn't realize people still looked at that. So I am going to jump into this. I'm going to make a sorcerer just because they felt really good. The customizations are really, really good. I like that. I like you that you can be multi-gender on every class. You're not locked into, you know, this is a barbarian, this is a guy. This is which is something that you end up with in a lot of games. Being able to pick one or the other is a really nice touch. Of course, I gotta make them red hair. I don't want that. I don't want that hairstyle though. That's fine. That's patchy as hell, but we'll just run with it. Um, there's the different tattoos. I'm not gonna go over every option. Do I always just have this fucking necklace? Apparently, weird. Yeah, let's go with the bones. Why not? Let's go with the fresh blood tattoos. We like those. I don't need to be a singer for My Chemical Romance. Although I still kind of look the part. Why not? This is going up on YouTube, so just call it ZeraTube. Why not? I'll go for veteran tier 2. Um, so from what I have gathered so far, the level cap will be 100. You will have tier 1 and 2 is where you start. Um, Much like Grim Dawn, you can play on veteran if you want a little bit more of a challenge, and the leveling progression will probably feel a lot smoother than if you just do adventurer, because once you get to the end of the game, you then have to replay it on a higher difficulty. It'll go to tier 3 and then tier 4. Um, if you move from 1 to 3, it's a bit jarring. If you go from veteran to whatever tier 3 is going to be, if Grim Dawn is any indication, it's a lot less jarring of a it's a lot less jarring of a jump. Now I feel like this is not actually uh, picking up the audio. No, maybe it is. The mixer looks like it's sorta kind of picking something up.
Is the story of their downfall.
There we go. All right, cool. I'll be honest, while this cutscene plays, I need more juice.
should find better shelter before I freeze.
So, a couple of things that I really like right off the bat, and they're things that I wish certain other games like Last Epoch would implement. Um, there are certain challenges, what have you, that you can do, and once you've done them on a character, your other characters immediately benefit from them. So my potions here, I you start with 3, but because I've done some things on my barbarian, I have 5. Your talent points, you start with 0, but because I've done some things, I start with 1, which is very nice. So I'm going to start with Spark because Spark is already busted. Um, you hit an enemy 4 times, dealing 2 damage each. For context, I have 40 life, 100 mana. Um, I could do Frostbolt, which deals 10 damage. Um, so I would get 2 more damage. That's alright. Firebolt deals 3 damage and burns them for 12 damage over 8 seconds. And Arc Lash is 12 damage, and every 10 hits, it stuns everything hit for 2 seconds. But it's a very short range. So, like, that's all you need, though. Just zap, 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 zap. You have your little taser gun here that will just fucking obliterate things for you. Stepping on the horse will obliterate it. So, shock is just my go-to. Um, and yes, just in case you want to know, you can kill the deer. If you wanted to, you monster, you have to actually stop and target them. But it can happen. You can do it if you really want to. So the land is beautiful. The map is fucking massive. Like, I'm pretty sure all of this is actual. Like, I think I'm in the Fractured Peaks right now. Okay, so that's Dry Steps. That's that place. That's that place. So this is all Fractured Peaks. That's other stuff. So the map is pretty huge and it's all interconnected, which is pretty nice. Um, okay, so I feel like they've nerfed that at least. Oh, you know what? I'm playing on veteran this time. That's why things feel like they're taking an extra hit to take them out of the fight entirely. Um, when I played last time, I was not on veteran, and this was even more busted because they didn't survive the first hit.
Roads blocked. Should clear up when the storm
Um,
has passed.
so the map is fucking huge. There's a lot of shit to do. You've got renown. When you level renown, you get this. So when you hit your first renown goal, you all of your characters get uh get it. So like this symbol is for you personally, and this symbol is for every character on your account. And then these you have to be on the next world tier to unlock, which not available in the beta. By the way, not sure how much longer the beta is going for. It's a little after midnight Eastern time. I don't remember when it's supposed to end. So if this video gets cut abruptly short, I apologize. So I got the extra point there. I got the potion charge. Awesome. Collections. There's a bunch of challenges and whatnot, and this gives you different titles. Um, Hooray. And I'm sure other stuff later. Your social, cool. your clan, haven't done any of that, and then your game menu. Your quest log hidden off to the side here. You've got your main quests, your side quests, what have you. There are dungeons which give you... Can I see that? That should be in... These are the challenges. I don't remember how to go in and view them. There's the journal. No, that's that. Social, no. Clan, no. Game, no. I don't remember where it's at. FC. See? Consumable, abilities. Okay. Materials. Character sheet. Emblem, title. Edit. Alright, not sure where it is. If I happen to get up to the point where I can at least show you a dungeon, I will do that. Because when you complete a dungeon, you get what are essentially the legendary powers from Shadowlands, and then you can imbue those powers onto a piece of gear.
He bit me. Careful. He's a wild one.
What's going on here?
What's it to you?
Oswin, hush. I'm sorry, Wanderer. You've come at a difficult time. This madman just stumbled into town and started causing trouble.
Demons spilling from the ruins. Kill us all. Kill us all.
Ruins? What is he talking about?
Come, I'll explain. There is evil staring in the ruins to the north. That poor monk back there must have gone inside. Even a holy man like him was driven mad by whatever he saw.
Fire's looking good, but I should watch it a little longer to make sure it doesn't go out.
Could you protect us from whatever is out there? We have nowhere else to turn.
There is evil lurking in those ruins. I will drag it into the light of day.
Truly? Oh, thank you.
So there's level 2. We are going for this. It has a 20 Spark has a 20% chance to hit up to 3 additional enemies, dealing 1 damage each. If there's no other enemies to hit, it instead has a 20% chance to deal 20% increased damage to its primary target. And because we are hitting 4 times with each click, each of those 4 hits has that 20% chance to do that, which is awesome. So we have to take at least 2 points up here to unlock core skills. So our next talent point we can spend down here. Then we have to spend at least 4 points anywhere up here to unlock these skills. Then we have to spend 9, we'll have, after we unlock those by spending 4 more points, we'll have to spend 5 more to get down here, etc., etc., etc. And then there's the Paragon tree, which I don't have unlocked. So they want us to go out here. And on veteran, things actually want to take a little bit to kill. On normal, yeah, that wasn't a thing. But now it doesn't matter. because now we have Chain Lightning. So, Chain Lightning is the most goddamn broken skill I've ever fucking seen. And I don't care. I love it. Now, this could be one of those things where sorcerers start, they have a really strong start, but then they start to they fall off, where barbarians have a very slow start, but then they get better as you go through. But look at that. 4 fucking enemies. Don't care. They're gone. They stopped existing. And all you have to watch out for is your mana. But like, it's so fucking busted and I love it so much. Oh no, people. Here, play with this. Oh no, people. Like, this just feels so fucking good, at least for right now. We'll see, later on we'll get to see how this feels. But you have increased health. Not more. Gauntlets. With 5 strength. So the stats actually will matter. Where's it at? Profile and stats, if I go to stats. So strength for me gives extra armor. For a barbarian, it'll actually increase the damage you did. But for me, as a lowly mage, strength just helps me increase my armor. Spacebar is your dodge. So if an enemy is getting ready to hit you, you can push that and then do a quick sidestep. That does have, like a 3-second cooldown or a 4-second cooldown? Oh, how you guys doing? Good to see you there. What's that? 5-second cooldown. But we got some blue legs that have +1 to maximum life, so that's nice. We have this chest with extra armor. Ooh, and we got a skill point. So we're gonna go down here and we're gonna grab it gets a 3% crit chance per bounce, which is nice. So I think my barbarian is like almost entirely decked out in legendaries, which is pretty cool. But it took until I got all those legendaries before the build started to feel good, where the sorcerer just kind of comes out of the gate swinging, and feels good the entire time. It's so good. Chain Lightning is such a cool little fucking spell. Is anything better? So there are certain mechanics I'm still not 100% sure what they are. Down you go. Like Lucky Hit, I thought maybe was a crit, but there's a separate thing for crit, so not rightly sure what Lucky Hit is or does. Um, I will say, as the Necromancer, the boss that I'm about to fight, I did not take a single hit of damage because my pets were able to just fucking tank everything. So, like, Necro might actually be where I start just because I find it the most aesthetically pleasing. But I was also able to kill like a level 20 elite at level 7, 8, something like that.
I lack the needed mana.
I have a bad habit of losing my cursor in this game now. Vulnerable, that's not cool. Get out of here. Staff, wand, blue wand. So I could go for the staff. Go for this wand. So this just says 2% chance lucky hit. This says lucky hit up to a 2% chance to execute injured non-elites. So I'm not actually sure what lucky hit is supposed to do. It seems to just kind of do whatever it wants, and there's no like in-game dictionary that I have found yet. Cold resist, hooray. I have a sneaking suspicion that resist will become insanely important later on. Get out of here.
You've returned.
I do.
The old ruins are clear. Your town should be safe now.
Truly. Ha! By the light, you are heaven sent. Oh, I'm so sorry. We haven't any coin to offer. But we have hot stew, good company, and...
Stay for a pint.
Wash out the taste of the stew. We'd be honored if you'd join us.
To our savior.
And it is getting late. I can understand why. I'm sleepy. So one thing I do want to say, I'm a little sad that there's not like a song in the background going off of these fucked up lyrics. I haven't fucked with the settings at all in this game. Uh, Cutscene subtitles are on by default, which is something that I know Josh Strife Hayes is always talking about. So it's a nice touch that in this game they are actually on by default. And because I'm at the end anyway, you do have the option to hold escape, and you can. It'll pop up down in the corner, but you have the option to hold escape, and it will skip the cutscene.
By mother's blood, by mother's body, so shall you witness her glory before you die. Not ready yet. No.
They're coming! The whole damned village! Get up! Get up! We have to fight our way out! There! Take them!
Glad I didn't get to skip the. Glad I didn't skip the cutscenes. I'm kind of forgot about that part. Fucking chain lightning, man.
You are blessed like us now.
That was all of them. Light willing. Madman. Those heretics drugged me after I returned from the ruins. Just like you. I came to my wits and escaped. Tried to get inside the chapel, but it was locked and... What manner of evil is this? Petals? Of blood?
They must have fed them to me.
A blasphemous ritual. How did they learn this? Perhaps the answer lies in the chapel. They kept it locked up for a reason. The key might be on that woman who was leading them.
So one of the things, and it's the only thing that kind of turned me off about the Necromancer, and I'm hoping it was a bug, and hoping that it was fixed or will be fixed before launch. But with some of my skeletons, I believe I could have 4 of them, and my skeletons would go and they would attack things, and the things would die, and my experience bar would just stay where it is.
Only fire can cleanse
And
in this place.
like
That means I was
I
fed.
understand
Is this real?
that, yeah, you don't want to just be AFK and have your minions do the damage, but when your minions are attacking shit, and like I think by the time I was done playing with the Necro, I was able to have 6 minions at a time. When you have this minion army and they're rushing ahead and just beating on things, you don't always get a chance to cast an ability at them. So, like, especially in a Diablo game, like, come on, guys.
has granted you a path to salvation. And yet, you stray from it at every opportunity. You drink and gamble. You covet and steal. Shameful.
Sin is their birthright. My children. The lords of hell are coming to devour our world. Salvation lies not in the light, but in you. The faith has taught you to deny your heart's desire and turned you into a prisoner within yourself. Break the chains and discover who you were meant to be. Break the chains and be beautiful in sin.
Resist! Resist her temptation! Vani, it's me. I brought your child into this world. They have awakened, Mother.
The first of many. Go to the dry steps and continue your preparations. Now, our true work begins.
You came to thank the light. You collapsed inside. I thought the darkness had swallowed you. I dragged you here and put this cursed place to the torch. What happened to you in there?
I saw a vision, a horned demon. She said the lords of hell are coming. She wanted to help the people survive.
Help them.
Yes, she called them her children, and they welcomed her like a mother.
Mother? No. It cannot be.
I must report to the cathedral. Listen, there is a hermit to the northeast. A man of questionable loyalty, but he knows of the forbidden. He might be useful to us. Bring him to the cathedral in Kyovashad, and you will be in the light's favor.
Maximum health and 4 resist all. So yeah, I mean this game looks gorgeous. I am very much looking forward to playing it when it is fully live and seeing what else is going to be in the game. think the dodge is a very fun mechanic. I still think that the lightning skills are goddamn busted. But, and the, not that I have unlocked it, but this skill, nope, not that skill. Not that. Inferno. Because this is a little more open world, I was able to see some of the higher level mages that had unlocked this get to use it, and oh my god, it looks absolutely fucking breathtaking. Protection shrine, no way. These charges are fucking hysterical, by the way, because when an enemy gets close, they just start going off. And your little static ability has a chance to make them if you take those abilities. Like, the lightning mage is just a hell of a lot of fun. So I'm very much looking forward to the sorcerer. I'm really looking forward to the necromancer, and I will probably still primarily be a barbarian, because I mean, fucking spin to win is in this game. I can't not be a spin to win character. As long as there's an ability that will get rid of the rage cost, I mean, that'll be, or an ability or a legendary. They'll get rid of that. That'll be awesome. God, I love that ability. But yeah, that is, I think, where I'm going to leave it for now. The beta should be ending relatively soon. I'm kind of shocked that it hasn't ended already. So that's where I'm going to end that. I hope you guys enjoyed at least the first 50 minutes or so of the new Diablo 4, at least the beta of it. Hopefully in about 2 months when it comes out, it is even more polished and even better, because there's definitely some textures, like these spider webs don't look great, but that's a very small thing. I can't really complain about that too awful much. So I'm genuinely excited for what the future will hold for this game. But for now, as I said, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see everyone next time.